Here we go.
Do it. Fire it up. Bring it home. You are live. We have to. Air horns right out of the gate. Good evening, Melrosians the world over. I am Tom Catalini.
I'm Jen LeClaire.
I'm holy shit, Sam.
I'm Tom Shampoo.
Tom
That's
Shampoo.
Yes, sir.
Listen, this is Let's Talk Melrose. Melrose, a show where Melrosians talk to Melrosians about Melrose. And last week's show was off the hook. Thank you guys for covering for me. I was riveted. I learned so much. I had to watch it on the replay. I did the closed captioning, late at night so I wouldn't bother anybody. And it was fantastic.
So our experience was that we realized that we got through the whole show doc and show content in about like 20, 25 minutes. And then we were like, oh, we need to talk more about some stuff. So that tells us that either you're the chatty Cathy on the show or we have usually about like 10 minutes worth of sound effects filtered throughout the whole show.
Yeah, I try to get in about 8 minutes of air horn per episode. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
But oh my God, you guys did a fantastic job. It was riveting.
Thank you.
And we were riveted by the mustache, by the Tom Selleck mustache.
I don't know how you got that photo of me. I must have been like a paparazzi. I'm just trying to get some sun in the yard, and what do I know? Jeez, the houses are close together in Melrose.
That's right.
No manscaping. No manscaping needed.
I'm anti-manscaping. That's known.
Yeah, well known. Linwood, hey.
BT, shout out to BT.
Who's out there?
So
what
was happening?
Yep.
We got to give a special shout out this week because it was reported that on social media it's reported that our near and dear friend Mike Karaji probably almost nearly definitely likely maybe was killed by a falling power line. But he's
but not quite. So he was able to report on it himself.
Exactly, because he's Mike Karaji. So what it made me realize too is that Mike Karaji reports on the news happening around Melrose, and at LTMM we report on Mike Karaji. So there you go. There's Mike Karaji news for the energy.
Day. Was this the dump truck fiasco with the wire?
Yeah.
Backed into a pole on what was the name of the street? Avon Street or something?
I don't know.
Anyway, backed into a pole. Karaji, I guess, literally said he dived out of the way, actually injured his knee, dived out of the way of a live wire coming down. And he's using the opportunity to promote his new Instagram account, Melrose Happening.
That guy does not miss a beat.
He does not miss a beat. Yes.
So yeah, there we go. What else was going on? Yes.
What isn't going on?
I know. Anybody go to the sidewalk sale on Saturday?
Yes, I did. I walked over. It was the day before Mother's Day, so I went to Pepperberry to get my mom a little plant thing, and walked along the sidewalk on both sides. It looked busy to me. I love these kinds of events. It's a reminder to come out to the community and hang around and see people. The kids' toy store next to Rada on Main Street had a thing on the sidewalk, a couple of tables. Lila Rose, thank you.
Yep.
Had a couple of tables on the front, and there were kids and people around, and it looked like it was just generally busy, which is nice to see. So,
yeah. What I thought was looked pretty cool too. I know we tease all the banks on this show, but Wakefield Cooperative Bank decorated the lamp post right out front of their storefront with those beautiful sunflowers, and they had hopscotch for the kids. And so I just appreciated there's always something creative you can do, even if you are not a retail establishment on Main Street. You can get creative, and it was gorgeous.
There was also a celebrity sighting when we were going past, and I believe I saw Mayor Gail Inferna with Marcia Sullivan dining out at Turner's.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
So
But no Tom Selleck sightings. No Tom Selleck sightings.
No.
Everybody was out enjoying the day. Well, I'm glad that went well. Let's do it more. Let's do it all summer.
Agreed.
Yes. All right. We ready to move on to the news?
Sure.
Jen, do you want me to play the thing, or did you want to adopt the beatbox? I like the beatbox,
Do you
Jen.
see how we had to improvise last week without you?
We were everywhere.
I like beatbox, Jen, but
okay.
All right.
So the news, we always have a COVID update. This week, one of the good news things is that we're expecting, I think, any day now for the CDC. The FDA has already approved the Pfizer vaccine for the next demographic, which is teens and tweens, age 12 to 15. Right now, it's 16 and over for everybody, but kids between 12 and 15, we're just waiting for the CDC, I guess, to give the okay, and so hopefully that happens soon. So that's going to be, one of our next steps to kind of getting everybody back to school, keeping everybody safe.
The availability's been good for everybody who's eligible. Like, I guess the mass vaccination sites also have like walk-in service,
sure.
and so it's available readily to everybody. So get out there and get vaccinated.
Absolutely.
I got my second shot today. I'm happy
you.
about that. I feel good right now so far. We'll see. But I was also saying earlier that I saw a news flash come across that Massachusetts now has 3 million people fully vaccinated in the state, which is a phenomenal number. That's like half the full population.
I was going to say, how many people are in Massachusetts? I don't know.
Around 6
I
million.
think it's 6. Right? So I think we're at half or just over half. And I feel like I was maybe helping contribute to that today by being the 3 millionth person. So
oh, yes, perfect.
No bag of swag for me.
I hope you get a t-shirt.
I don't get it.
I guess swag.
Oh, we got you a t-shirt.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, we'll do a wellness check on you tomorrow, but
right.
I said my only side effects was that I just had a new vigor for life and couldn't stop squeezing people. So warning, there's a warning.
Yeah.
Side effects main.
I may be in your backyard tomorrow looking for people there.
Getting a squeeze.
But Sam, you also have some reporting from live from the school committee. I heard tonight. We got a live link.
I do.
You're not in your usual location. So are you in the LTMM chopper right now?
I am. I'm on remote. I'm remoting in from
in the teacher's lounge. Are you dialing in from the teacher's
We're
lounge?
waiting for any moment for the school committee is going to vote on their budget for FY22. So let's see how it goes tonight. I do have some reporters on the ground, also in the WebEx. So hopefully we'll be hearing live as it goes on. But if anybody's watching out there, can you tell us how it goes?
Don't tell that guy Karaji. Just tell us. We'll tell him.
Yeah, we'll tell him. Yeah.
Just kidding.
And again, they're voting on like whether they should fund the whole budget or not. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, yes, they should is the answer there.
Praise be, people.
Right. Right.
All right, we'll look for the updates. But so things are opening up out there. So the library is now taking reservations. I guess starting earlier this week, you can call up, and I think you get in for like 45 minutes. You can use a computer. You can walk up and down the hallway. You can browse the magazines. I don't know. You can do all the library stuff, but I think you only have about 45 minutes, and then you gotta tap out.
My wife went yesterday. She had an appointment yesterday. She was excited to get an appointment. So
what did she need to do at the library?
She got 4 books out of the library, and I was
cool.
the beneficiary of 25% of those.
Nice.
Okay, great.
1 for me, 3 for her.
Yeah, that's good. I'm anxious for them to. I'm anxious for book donations to start again because I feel like last year, everybody Marie Kondoed and like cleared out all their stuff.
Right.
And books are some of the first things to go.
Did you know? So it's funny looking back. We'll tell all kinds of quarantine stories, but the protocol at the library was to quarantine books when you return them. When they were not open. So you'd return them, and then it wouldn't show up on your record for 7 days because they went to a holding facility, to be decontaminated, and then they got put back
Right. Well,
into circulation.
we were all like wiping down our vegetables.
groceries.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. It was nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So, but now we're coming out the other side, and it's happening fast. Like just to get across town, it's very busy out there. And I last weekend a couple of times was in the car on the highway, and the 95. I don't know what's going on. 93 to 95, like. They should have fixed that intersection while the pandemic was going on, because it's just like a nightmare every day now.
Right.
Yeah,
I was driving. I was on there. I was on 95. On Saturday, and same thing. I was like, where did all these people come from?
Oh, and then if you don't get in the lane at the right time, so if you get in the lane at the right time, it's a long wait, and if you don't, you're kind of the person who's
You're
trying
the asshole. Yeah,
you're the asshole. Yes,
I'm that person. I'm like I roll the dice and then
you're no BS. You are shopping without making eye contact. You're
kidding.
cutting people off. She seems so nice on the show.
I don't have any patience for the long lines of traffic, so I zip in at the last.
So
I was going to say,
what's Jen like in real life? Impatient.
Right.
Yeah, ask my family. They will verify that within a hot second. Absolutely.
I was going to say, looking at the four of us, Jen, I wouldn't have picked you to be the asshole.
I am in a car. In the car. I've been.
Do you at least pretend that you didn't know? Because I do that. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. No, you're just like, excuse me.
You at least give the thank you wave, I hope.
Yeah, thanks.
I think she waves with one finger. The one finger wave.
No, I'm like.
I do not approve. I do not approve. You got to do the thank you wave.
Yes, thank you wave is critical.
Sorry. That's
no, I'm not sorry. I'm just like, I'm in. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Let's keep it rolling here. What's going on at the farmers market? Somebody's got some news here.
They're opening on June 3rd. Yay, us.
Yay.
The Melrose
Which is the
Farmers
best day
Market.
of the year. I'm just putting it out there now. June 3rd is the opening day for the farmers market. I think we should go down there and celebrate.
Yeah.
With garden remedies, maybe.
I had a lovely walk there and home last year. Was it last year with one Jen LeClaire?
Yeah. We went a few times to get our goods. It's nice. I love shopping out there. All kinds of things are opening up around Melrose. Crosscut Sewing just announced that they are also beginning to host their in-studio classes again. So that's kind of fun.
Good for that.
The Melrose Rec Department just released their summer rec schedule. And we're hoping to talk. We think we're going to talk next week to new Chamber of Commerce Director Jennifer Manning to learn more about kind of what's happening and what's opening and what's going on with Melrose businesses. Maybe learn more about some more new sidewalk sales, et cetera, what their plans are for the summer. But I think the biggest opening news, it seems like the place to be, guys. I haven't been there yet, but I know at least I know Tom Champ, you have.
I have been there.
Yeah, I was there.
Drum roll, please. Caffe Nero. Yay, Caffe Nero. It's open finally. I have a picture reel. This is Caffe Nero, the interior. This is the back looking forward to the front door.
And that's a fireplace. That's going to be a
little
fireplace.
Yeah, right in front of that blue chair is a gas fireplace. There's a wall of books. There's sofas and other seating. And then there's also outdoor seating here. This is now the back door looking out to the parking lot towards the CVS and the Shaw's parking lot. This little bike, I guess, will go out in the street. But beyond that, you'll see there's also sofas there and lots of seating outside. It's a really beautiful place. It's a great space.
It's amazing. And somebody's saying, like, it's just coffee. How much is it? It's going to be so much. I don't know. I don't know how much it is. I don't know how it tastes. I don't care.
Right, exactly.
It's literally, it's a living room. It is the experience of sitting in there and just being on a leather couch.
So have you been, Sam?
Not yet. Not yet. But
I'm going to go. I'm going to go tomorrow.
I can tell you how much I paid for my coffee yesterday. It was $0. They had free coffee.
So here's the thing. People are texting about this, and then somebody said, "Oh, the coffee's free today." So then I walked down in the middle of the day. I don't even normally drink coffee in the middle of the day, but I went down and got a free coffee. Saw the mayor there and his wife. People were so there was a lot of people doing the indoor seating. So talking about coming out of COVID and things sort of opening up.
Yeah.
It was already, buzzing. No pun intended.
Haha! It feels like the right time for it to be here. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out tomorrow, I think.
Because Starbucks is still no seating inside across the street. So
Well, I bet they might change that
Yes,
quick.
I do think that they're going to change because it really is nice to feel like you're at a coffee shop again. I sat there for a little bit and had my coffee yesterday, and it did feel really great to just sort of sit in a coffee shop and relax and see people.
Do they have both
Tom's
doors
wife.
open?
Yeah, the front and back were open. Yep.
Oh my God.
Front door, back door open. People were outside seating on the sofa area. I saw Tom Catalini's wife coming in for a free coffee.
Stephanie. You guys keep saying the mayor's wife, Tom Catalini's wife. How about Liz Broder, Stephanie Catalini? Right. Come on, guys.
That's a good point. I'm sorry.
So I saw Paul and Liz Broder.
There you go.
They were very excited.
Liz and Paul,
by the way, and I don't think this is personal information I can't reveal, but ham and cheese on a croissant. Trying out. I don't know what he thought of it yet, but they seem to be having a nice time, and it was very exciting to see them, the celebrities of Melrose in there. But more exciting for me was when I was walking home, I ran into Pat Doyle from MMTV. And we had a nice chat to catch up. I haven't seen him in a while, so that was great.
How is he?
Fantastic. Yeah, Pat's always great.
He's great. He's great. I saw him a few days before Easter in Target.
So just part of the discussion, by the way, is just the future of television. So there's big things coming. I mean, MMTV, stay tuned, LTMM, and just the agenda is off the hook.
That's right.
Studio will be opening back up again on the reopening theme. Mm-hmm. It's going to be huge.
We're going to get it. We're going to get back in there and tear it up in there. Hey, guys. What else is going on? Tom Catalini, you are, of the four of us, the one who most has your finger on the pulse with regard to what the planning board has been chatting about.
Yeah, so there was a joint meeting of the city council and the planning board, and I watched the meeting, again, produced by MMTV on the website. And then I took detailed notes, which you guys all ignored last week. So I'll let the viewers know what's going on.
It's because we knew we couldn't do it justice without you. We wanted to save that for you.
Well, it was interesting. It's about the incentive zoning, which we talked about before the meeting. And then Denise Caffe did a nice presentation similar to what we showed the audience about. There's the two districts that they're trying to sort of extend the downtown on, there's a medical zone that it's kind of, they want to extend the downtown, and then down towards West Wyoming, they want to make it more like mixed use accessible. So like where the MMTV building is, allow an extra story without special provisions and all of that. So Denise Caffe did a nice job presenting and summarizing as we did on the show. And she did talk about aimed at three kind of broad goals. So more affordable housing in the city, desire for new businesses and increased tax base, and a critical need to combat climate change, promoting sustainability, green infrastructure, and green building practices. So then she goes over incentive zoning, the zoning changes, similar things about that, and talked about how the planning board had been working on this for about a year. So it's a year in the making. So what they do is they present to the city council, who now has 90 days to vote to approve it or not. And what was interesting about this is that the zoning board didn't really do a lot of outreach. Sean McMaster had asked about what kind of stakeholder engagement they had, historic commission, other public participation, and there wasn't a lot articulated. So it's kind of put on the shoulders of the city council to hold some public meetings and discussion about this. People did speak up in the public comment section, so it seemed like there was just a handful of us watching the meeting, or at least that spoke up. And, Ped Bike Committee was speaking and a few other people, and they were generally supportive. But I would say the critique or the suggestion or the wish that people had was to formally adopt kind of net zero as a hard and fast requirement for new buildings. Mm-hmm. So even though Denise talks about the broad goal, it is not baked in. The planning board chair said something about, what is the purview of building codes and what should be in zoning. Yeah. But I think if you're interested in green Melrose, net zero, and all of that, you now have an opportunity before this thing is finalized to weigh in. And that seemed to be the hot button issue for people So once the public comment comes through, the planning board will finalize its report and recommendation. So it's absolutely not too late. In many ways, it's the beginning of the process, and it's not sort of well publicized, I think, yet. So I think, getting it out there.
Yeah. I get in comments.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, am I right that, because this question has come up before about, like, why can't we just require building codes to require X, Y, Z for green and for climate action? Am I right that that's actually at the state level, not the city level? I believe that's an answer I heard somewhere along the line.
It is at. Oh, good. Do you want to go ahead, Tom?
Well, since I don't actually have the knowledge to answer the question, I probably should answer it first, and then you can go say. So anyway, one gentleman who commented, he actually suggested a change. Like he's like, I basically say add this sentence, and he referenced like 3 green building code documents. So Sam probably knows more. So it seems like you can do it at the city.
Okay. You absolutely can do it. Back in 2009-8, the city of Boston adopted Article 38, 39, whatever it was. Thank you. So it can be done at the state level, yes, but the city can for sure have extra requirements for new developments, however they see fit. So this reminds me, Tom, to your point about knowing what it is that we would want to ask for in some of these development incentives. We had talked about maybe bringing on somebody who does this for their day job. And I know our friend Victoria Ippolito, our neighbor, but also others that have worked in real estate and development actually have worked with cities, and the city of Boston has a 1% public benefit where they need to either invest that money into the city infrastructure somehow, or into affordable housing somehow, or parks, et cetera. Yeah. So it's hard to say, like, I don't know, what would you want? You could want the world, but how do we know what we can ask for?
What you can ask for, how you prioritize those things, right? Do you go back and look at Melrose Forward master plan and find the areas that we haven't fulfilled some of the goals yet, and work some of those things in wherever it is, like you said, housing, parks,
retail, first floor retail.
First ground floor retail, the arts and public art, like there's all kinds of things.
It sounds overwhelming, right? But from watching the meeting, I think you've got some people on these boards doing the heavy lifting, and they certainly reference the master plan, and they're you got competent expert people, but you have to pay attention to like what they're presenting and what's going on, and your opportunity to speak up. So like, it's kind of, what would I want to do? I don't know a lot about zoning and building codes or whatever, but you can participate. I think people just need to know about it, and it needs to be, they could use more sound effects. I would say that might bring in the audience a little bit more.
Definitely.
So there is concurrently, there is a committee right now working in the city for a climate action plan. They'll be more broadly looking at Melrose as a net zero community by 2050, and building and planning is part of that, obviously, but it's a broader exploration of what our greenhouse gas emissions are as a city, and then how we get to net zero by 2050. So there's a plan being put together now. I'm not sure when it's going to be ready for public viewing, but at some point it'll be also a public document that people can weigh in on.
Is it just for city buildings and activities, or is it beyond?
It's everything. It's a full city plan that's going to be looking at transportation. It's going to be looking at houses and housing. What residents are doing and can do.
Rooftop
farming.
Rooftop solar on our Shaws.
EV, electric vehicle stations, and all things like that. So,
I would totally hang out on the roof of Shaws if they had a patio.
Right.
That would be a great place to hang out. Actually,
a lot of water. There are some, because it's very large up there, and usually they do a white roof to keep it cool. And sometimes you will find farms and gardens up there with the fruits and vegetables and coming downstairs to be sold. Yeah. But yes, let's put a rooftop beer garden up there too. Why not?
There's a famous building in Europe. I think I'm going to say Sweden, but it could not be Sweden too. That is built. The
may or may not contain actual facts.
Wait, hold on. I got that.
Like
I got
every
it.
Tuesday, right? Same like every
Right.
Tuesday. But the front of the building is a straight, like a 15-story skyscraper, and the back is sloped. And it's all grass.
Yeah.
And it turns and comes back. And it's kind of like a ski slope, but it's grass. It's crazy. But it's this incredible design for that same reason. That it's
Yeah.
one
Let's
with
do it.
nature.
Let's do it. Let's
Yes, we can.
That sounds like a place I could unbutton my shirt and maybe get some sun on one of those, right?
That's right.
Comb
There'll be a
out- comb out your mustache.
That's
Right.
right. That's right. Oh my
That's
gosh.
funny.
What else? What else do we have? Anything? There's a little bit about, I guess, no real news from last week about the city council race. So,
Well,
if
it's
you-
taken shape, I think, in a way
Yep.
that we know that there is somebody running for every seat, and
Yeah.
I think Tom had worked with the graphics team to summarize this. If we can put that up,
We worked the last few days together, putting this together. Yeah.
so
So this is just a compilation of who's currently running, I believe, in each of the wards. The incumbent is indicated there. There's a couple of folks who are new. The incumbent is not running, as far as we know, at least. Papers can be pulled now through September 10th, and so I'm sure that we'll learn about more people running for the various wards or at-large seats.
We should review back to the graphics team about adding the 3 more seats on the school committee.
right,
yeah.
Hi.
right. So we having.
Hey
There
guys.
it is.
Hey, there it is.
Oh no, that's one of those coffee beers.
BT.
Oh gosh.
Can you tell my cheeks are all red?
Well, we can talk about the school committee on another show. It's the same story though. Sadly, that there's no, they're all running unopposed. So it's interesting, right? Because as soon as you're able to sort of declare that you're running, a lot of people do, and that might dissuade somebody else,
Yep.
right? Because it's like,
Right.
so
It's
it'll
early
be-
still though. You can still get in there. You can get in there.
It is, but
Do
there are
some good.
strategic maneuvers happening, Jen. This is very sophisticated.
Kind of like my
stuff.
driving.
Yes.
See, this is what's going to happen. Like if the analogy is if I'm going to run, which I'm not, just for the record, I would just swoop in at the last second and hope for the best. And I would
September
not be-
10th.
September 9th. pulling papers,
September
right?
9th. I'm pulling into the race. I'm not giving the thank you wave.
Well,
I'm here.
I'm here.
that wouldn't be a bad way to go, to just at least get some competition in there at the end, and then if you lose, you can go, well, I didn't really try that hard.
Yeah, I
so.
was just trying. I was just trying to
That's
get
a
off
good
the
way to
exit. It was just my
Wanted
exit.
to have a conversation. Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Right.
But there's plenty of time.
So there's the slate, and I think we have a map of the wards, just because there's
Dude.
7 people running in the wards, and then there are 4 at large. So there's 7. I mean, it's 11. 7 plus 4 is 11 city councilors
Right.
altogether. So there are the wards, and I don't know what the latest census results are, but I heard that there might be some redistricting or rewarding
I still
happening.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
over
Breaking news, right?
Well, listen, those of us
still
in
can't
Ward
tell
5.
if you're full of shit or not on this.
Those of us in Ward 5 have been talking about annexing Ward 3 for a while.
Oh,
So
that's
we might just take it over by eminent
Right.
domain, and it'll be Ward 8, I guess. 5 and 3
Yeah.
will be 8.
Well, so
At least the
each
best
ward
neighborhood, anyway.
Each ward has 2 precincts, right? So maybe it's like a third precinct. Well, I'm in 5-1, for example. Maybe it's 5-3. Maybe they add a new precinct and just take it over.
Yeah.
Can my house be a ward by itself? That'd be nice, right? Everyone leave me alone. I'll just be my own city council.
Bartlett Street.
Well, there's
Bartlett Street.
We might so there's 7 wards, 4 at large seats, but if we made MMTV Ward 8, and then we could run and be
Yes.
represented,
There we
and
go.
we could, and then when the new building gets built, we could all live there, go down to the
Yeah.
studio, shoot the show, and there you go.
And then go to the
Ward
roof
8.
garden because they're going to have a roof garden on the new building.
Yes, they will. Yeah, that's
will have one.
That's the plan. Yeah,
Rain
we'll just
capture
bring.
system.
We'll just if you bring your beers to the rooftop garden, it becomes a beer garden. That's all you have to do. You see how that works?
I don't know if that's how you spell Cleaver. I think he means leave it to Beaver, Ward Cleaver. But I think it came out as Ward
That
Clever.
looks like clever word. I know.
It is very clever.
That is very clever.
Yes.
And then MMTV
Yes, Ward
thinks
8.
for sure it is.
So
Ward
Mike
8.
Miner, I think it's probably Mike Miner would end up winning the election if we were all
Absolutely.
in the building
Yes,
voting
thank
on
you.
that. He could be our ward representative.
Absolutely.
And so he would be filming the meeting, broadcasting the meeting, in the meeting. It would be fantastic.
All right.
The
Well,
gavel, he'd be doing everything.
Yes.
Mike and Pat, get the vacuum out. Start getting that place ready. We want to come back into the studio when we can. We're almost all vaxxed and ready for public appearances.
Yes, and I don't have a lot of details on this, but I know there's just a shout out to MMTV in general because I know they've been doing some live broadcasting of softball games and all that. They've got
good for them.
robots that work for humans rather than the other way around. So they seem to be setting this up the right way and doing some cool stuff out there.
They are amazing. Awesome. All right. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. So next week we're hoping to chat with Chamber of Commerce Director Jennifer Manning. We'll see. We'll keep our finger on the pulse, and no news yet on school committee. How yet, Sam?
No,
All right.
my
take a
reporters
while.
are not reading their text. So
So I'm anxious to hear from Jen Manning because I do, as we discussed, I feel like there's a lot happening right now on Main Street and other places.
Yeah.
So it'd be great to get her perspective on what's going on. She's
she'll
new.
know. Yeah.
And so I'm sure that she has a great idea for what she wants to do.
Well,
in
the
future,
reopening play, like what's happening? Are we doing the summer stroll? You know what I mean?
Right.
What's the early talk in the Victorian Fair? What's new and different? What kind of live music is happening in town? The Shaw's Beer Garden on the rooftop. I mean, it's the
so
ice
many
cream
things.
stand martini bar. What is happening?
Right.
It's all, the future is full of possibilities and
That's
excitement
right.
in Melrose. It is off the hook.
You just have to
Right.
say yes and figure out how to make it happen, right, Sam?
That's right.
that's
right.
right.
All right.
Good.
So with that,
We'll see you around town.
You're right.